It's almost the end of 2024, and because of that, I thought it'd be fun to tell you some of my 2025 Funko Pop predictions. Figures that I think Funko will be creating next year. SpongeBob is one that I feel like Funko will always continue to create. We had some released just recently with the I'm a Head Out, so we're definitely going to be seeing more going into 2025. And what those are exactly, I don't really know, but I'm hoping that we get some older characters that we haven't got in a long time, like Sandy Cheeks as well as Mr. Krabs. I would also like a full-size Plankton. I think Plankton would be amazing, and some more meme characters to go along with those, like, for example, the SpongeBob where when he's a ghost and then there's no sponge on him anymore and he's just a brain underneath. It could be fun to do one of him with the sheet and without the sheet, or maybe they do like a chase version. I don't know. Whatever it is, though, I would just like to see this character in general. And going back to Mr. Krabs and Sandy, I think a good way to do it is maybe if they did like a pop town for every single one of the main characters. So we got like Plankton with the Chum Bucket, Mr. Krabs with the Krusty Krab. We could also get, like, you know, Sandy with her bubble dome with the tree inside. I feel like if they're able to make Sandy's house, that could be one of the most unique pop towns they've ever created, just because of how odd it would actually be. Pokemon, and I say Pokemon just because they're always going to be creating more of them, but I wanted to take some guesses as to what could be coming out next year. If you haven't seen, we just got a brand new announcement for a wave coming out, probably either late this year or early next year, and that Gengar is something. I'm not talking about them, though. I'm talking about what's coming out after that, because that is technically announced in 2024. It doesn't really count. Now, some Pokemon that I think will be happening in 2024. I've got a few of them that I think would be neat to see, like Venusaur as well as Blastoise, because we have a Charizard. It would make total sense for Funko to create this, but also, now that they've been doing some of the Alolan ones, maybe an Executor would be cool. I could see that. I don't know if they would do an Alolan version of it, but if they did it how they did Awaken Gone, that would be amazing. Make it like a Comic-Con exclusive. I mean, come on, people would eat that up. And of course, we'll be getting more variants of the ones that we already have. Like, I'm sure we'll see some Pearlescent, Diamond Edition, Flock, you know the ones. Now, next up, I want to talk about a license that Loungefly already has, which is a company now owned by Funko. They've owned them, I think, like since around like 2017. They get a lot of really cool products that we don't have as pops, and one of the main ones that I want to talk about today is Dora the Explorer. It's a show that I used to watch a lot when I was younger, Dora as well as Diego, and I saw that they made a few Loungefly bags and accessories for it. And when it comes to licensing, I feel like if Loungefly is able to get it, why can't Funko also have it for pops? Like, I would love to see a Swiper, Dora, Boots, who else? Map would be really cool. Backpack, of course, too, but I feel like they maybe all could fit together. I don't know how they would do it exactly, but I think it would be a really fun line of characters. Oh, and of course, like I mentioned with Diego, if he also got a pop, I would not complain. Now, what I just talked about is a lot of random characters that I would like to see and have a good feeling that they could be coming. But these next ones that I have here are actually some I would consider gimmies that we're going to be getting them in 2025. And if they don't happen, I'd be shocked. Because, of course, Funko is a pop culture company, so when a new movie releases, they're going to be making figures about it because everybody's talking about the movie. And so I've actually got a pretty long list that I want to go through here, so let me just rattle them off. Live action Snow White, live action Lilo and Stitch, which I am really excited about. I know that we've got so many different Stitch characters, but I hope that they make them similar to the Lion King set, where it's like the ones that we've got in the past, but just like a lot more detailed because, of course, it is technically real life. Superman Legacy, that one is such a big movie. I know so many people are going to be excited about that, so we are definitely getting figures for that. The Fantastic Four, that is another one that I cannot wait to see the figures for, and I'm sure, because Funko makes something for every single Marvel, you know, project in general. Shows, movies, video games, it's bound to happen. Avatar Fire and Ash, we have pops for both of the other movies, so why not? And I have a feeling that there's going to be some sort of like super bright red avatar or whatever type of, you know, alien it is. It's going to be really cool to see them, especially to have it with the rest of the set, which I actually have right behind me here, and I've got it up to date, so I would love to add the new movie to my collection as well. Zootopia 2, this is again a gimme. People love Zootopia 1, so I cannot wait to see what they come out with for this one here. Just get like an updated version of, you know, Nick, Judy, I don't know who else is going to be in it, Flash perhaps? I'm sure we'll get the whole crew again. Wicked Part 2, and I mean with the success of Wicked and us already having some figures for that one, I'm sure we'll get some more for the second, maybe a winged monkey, that would be really fun. Especially especially with how menacing they look in the movie. I'd love to see it as a pop. Jurassic World 4, that is another one that I feel like we could get some new dinosaurs for, maybe a new Owen Grady, get a new Claire, there's gonna be some. And now these last two that I wrote down, I put question marks next to them because I'm not sure if they'll make them, but I would love for them to happen. The ones that I'm talking about are Elio, the brand new Pixar movie coming out, as well as a Minecraft movie. The reason I put question marks next to them is because when it comes to the brand new franchises that Pixar does, for some reason, when, of course, Elemental came out, Funko was silent with figures. Nothing ever came from it, so I'm hoping that we're able to get those ones eventually sometime in the future because the movie did well. I don't know why they never created them. And very similar with Elio, it's a new franchise that I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we at least get Elio for, like, even just one pop, I'd be happy. And then when it comes to a Minecraft movie, Funko kind of like quietly releases Minecraft stuff every once in a while for the game, so I'm hoping we get some for the movie. Like, I remember a little while ago they came up with like a pop and t-shirt bundle over at Target, but it was never like mentioned anywhere, so if we could get a Jack Black Steve, I'd love it. But again, when it comes to this one here, we haven't really got like a full wave of Minecraft stuff in a while, so I'm doubtful, but fingers crossed. Now this next category of stuff that I want to talk about here is anniversaries, because in 2025 we have a lot of them. Now funny enough, we just talked about Elio. Well, also in 2025 it's going to be Pixar's 30th anniversary. For the 25th anniversary we got a lot of these Alien remix characters, so there's probably going to be another sort of like, you know, anniversary line releasing, maybe with like redos of a bunch of characters from older movies, or they'll do something like they did with those Alien remix ones and do like a certain character dressed up as other ones. If I'm gonna be honest, I would just prefer like some characters that we haven't seen already coming together for this 30th anniversary, like Wade and Ember, but they could also do maybe Finn McMissile from Cars 2, because we have none from that movie. Thinking of some others, we also have like Sid and Andy from Toy Story. There are so many different ones that they could do, because for a lot of the movies, they kind of just did like a surface level amount of characters, but I'd love for Funko to dive in for this anniversary and create a bunch of others that we would love to have in our collections. Because be honest with me here, you'd love a Gusto. Disneyland's 70th anniversary is also in 2025, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got a bunch more figures for the parks, and I have a list that I would love to see. Perhaps another Pop Town, because they've done a couple with like Space Mountain as well as the castle again, but we need more of them. And I don't exactly know, maybe like Tiana's Bayou would be fun, but I also think it'd be really fun to go all the way back and maybe somehow like encapsulate the lands into a Funko Pop. I don't know how that's even possible though. Like, I would love to see a Tomorrowland as a figure, as well as a Fantasyland and an Adventureland and a Main Street USA. I just don't know how well that would translate into a single figure. Hasbro, and now this one here is a bit of an interesting one that I came up with, but next year there is a lot of different toys that are having a pretty big anniversary. Barrel of Monkeys 60th anniversary, Operation 60th anniversary, Monopoly's 90th anniversary, Ouija Board's 135th anniversary, and Trouble's 60th, just to name a few. And what I kind of came up with for this one here, because it is a bit different than the rest of the ones we've talked about so far, because all of them are different years, it's not like all of them are having like, say, their 50th anniversary. What I kind of came up with though, and I think it'd be a really cool idea, is like a Hasbro, maybe like Legacy collection, or like a retro Hasbro collection, where they re-release all of these characters, but in a different paint job, maybe gold, with like golden accents, or like black and gold, I think it'd look really nice. I don't know what it is, but because there are so many different things happening next year, I think it'd be really cool, because all of the ones that I named do already have Funko Pops. If they like recreated them to make like this limited edition set, I think that would be amazing. Do like maybe a 5-pack or a 6-pack, however many it takes, and then put them in this kind of like golden color to really make it look premium. Limit it to maybe like 5 or 10,000, and I would totally pick one up for my collection. Now again, I don't know if Funko's going to be making this, but I know for a fact they will be doing more retro toys in the future, so I just thought I would talk about Hasbro's anniversaries because they've done a bunch of these already. Jaws is going to be having their 50th anniversary, and we have so many different Jaws pops, so I don't exactly know what they could do for this. Maybe just like, you know, the regular characters in different outfits, or make some others that we haven't seen before. Funny enough, I actually happen to have Chief Brody right behind me, and you can see these characters still hold up to today because they only released in 2019. So for this 50th anniversary, I don't exactly know what they would do. Maybe just like a new shark, or they could do something fun. Whatever it is, I would just like to see more Jaws pops, and with an anniversary, they'll probably be doing selling some. Back to the Future. Now, it's actually going to be their 40th anniversary next year, and there are a bunch of characters that I know people would still love to see. There are so many different versions of Marty McFly that we could get, and I know that actually in Funko Fusion, there are a couple different versions of them that we don't have as real pops. If you don't know, Funko Fusion is actually a video game where you can play as all of the different Funko Pops that you have in your collection. Well, actually, hold on. Now that I say that, it's mainly Universal properties, but they add characters all the time. Like, they just included Wicked. Some really fun stuff. And so anyways, I would just like to see more Back to the Future Pops for this 40th anniversary because, again, it's a big number. The Goonies are also having a 40th anniversary. This is one that I could definitely see Funko doing some cool stuff with because they've only done a few of them for the newer wave of characters. They didn't release that long ago, and I remember we got a Mikey, we got a Chunk, I think we got a Sloth, but there's still a few others that I would love to see. I don't know how this would work, but I think them on the boat towards the end of the movie could be really fun. I don't know, would it be too big for a figure? They could figure it out. They could figure out the figures, you know. Now, funny enough, these next two things both started in the exact same year, 75 years ago. We have Formula One as well as Peanuts. That's right, Snoopy and Max Verstappen are both 75 years old. No, but in all seriousness though, I think it'd be really fun for them to create lines for both of these again. And they've of course been doing more Formula One stuff recently, so I think if they just continue that with a brand new line, maybe even do some like retro cars, I think that could be really cool. Oh, and because it is their 75th anniversary, what if they went back to the very beginning, did one of the first cars ever? I think, ooh, that could be really fun. And then when it comes to Peanuts, they could totally just do like Snoopy in like a party hat or something. I don't know what they would even do for that one. Maybe just do like a new wave of characters again. Like when it comes to the anniversary stuff, it's really just like a good excuse for them to make a whole new wave of them and then also sprinkle in some characters we've never seen before. Oh, you know what'd be really fun is if they did Snoopy dancing, or if they did a bunch of the Peanuts dancing. You know, the ones where they go like this, and then Snoopy also has that one where his head is up and he's going back and forth. That would be a really fun anniversary line. One Piece. And now this one here is kind of a gimme because it is their 25th anniversary for the show next year, and they've already started to make these characters. Funko has released Luffy as well as Zoro, and they were pre-orders on their website a little while ago, but it said that there's a wave of 10 of them releasing. And so here's the thing, I'm sure they're just going to be making a lot of the characters that we've already seen as statues, and the first ones look really great, so I can't wait to see the rest of them. Okay, I found a photo here, everybody, with some silhouettes, and these are kind of like somebody just guessing what could be releasing. Well, we have Nami, Usopp, oh, is that Jinbei there? I see Brooke, Frankie, Tony Chopper, like there is a lot of them. And now, of course, we don't actually know until Funko announced them, but it is exciting that we're going to be getting a lot more One Piece in 2025, as well as probably some other characters too, not just the bronze statues. And well, anyways, everybody, there we go. That is my 2025 Funko Pop predictions. And if you guys have any more that you want to include, pop them in the comment section below because I'd love to hear them. To be honest with you, there are a lot more figures that I would like to see, but I think that these are the ones that are probably going to be happening, not just like I'm wishing for them. But seriously though, this was a lot of fun to go through everything. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow!